Yeah, okay, so we're here with Lowkey now, and obviously he's one of the kind of minority in the scene for people talking kind of sense conscious sort of stuff. You've got a new album coming out now.
Yeah, man.
From your personal perspective, how do you feel about what kind of reception are you expecting from the kind of underground people just who are going to be viewing it and spreading it around themselves to the mainstream people, the MTVs, the BBCs and all the rest of it?
What do you mean? What kind of response am I expecting?
Yeah, what you expect, and obviously there's what you hope for. Yeah. So there's what you hope for, but what do you expect from your? You've got a good opinion about how, like, the sense of what's going on.
Well, I think that so far, I've met a little bit of resistance from Radio. Well, obviously Radio 1's not covering it at all, but from 1Extra there was a bit of resistance. I was meant to be on Charlie Sloth's show on the daytime, and they cancelled it at the last minute. It wasn't Charlie, it was a new producer. Charlie was covering for Westwood, and so it was a different producer. They called me like an hour before it was meant to go on air and said we can't, and I found out since that it was because it was on the week of 9/11. So they didn't want me on the radio around that time because obviously they felt like that might I might say something a bit crazy, I guess. But basically, other than that, Charlie has been proper supportive. I'm going to be on his, we pre-recorded something for his mix show this week. BBC Asian Network's been pretty supportive as well. DJ Limelight and Candyman. Big up to them. And yeah, it's just also about more networking because I've spent, because I kind of gave up on the music industry, I'm mainly focused on the people and like the supporters, and thought, okay, I'm just going to concentrate on what they want to hear, what I want to do. And I've been blessed enough to, you know, be able to come somewhere like Bristol. Say if I came here a couple of years ago and did a show, 5 people would be there, whereas today there was a good few hundred people there, and people were up for it, loving it, and they knew all the lyrics, a lot of people. So, you know, it's just a blessing to be in that position. And I think it's always important to remember that that's what's important, is the people, is having people really, really into your stuff and doing something that people find interesting, that people want to exist in the world. Because you can have the support of the industry and not a real fan base. So I'd rather have a real fan base and not the support of the industry. And if you have a real fan base, it will make the industry cross over to your side. The industry can't make people like you. You know what
Talking
I mean?
about the industry, what was your opinion of what happened to, I think, Mr. Jam? He said free Palestine.
No, Mr. Jam's never said free Palestine. Probably in his life he's never said free Palestine, let alone on radio.
No?
Yeah.
There was a MC who went on and did Mike Righteous, Fire in the Booth, claimed free Palestine, was beeped, and the BBC response was it was compromising impartiality. And
that decision went all the way up to Mr. Mark Thompson, who's the highest paid person in the public sector in this country. He's the Director General of the BBC, makes almost £1 million a year. Went to meet Ariel Sharon in 2005, the butcher of Sabra and Shatila. He's the same person that stopped the DEC Gaza appeal from airing on the BBC as well.
Again, impartiality.
Yeah, of course, this is what they say, but, you know, his loyalties are suspicious as far as I'm concerned. Yes, people, this is Lowkey, and right now you're locked on to the South Blessed Community Channel. Big up to all my Bristol people. Thank you for having me, and I intend to come back soon. Peace and love.